So people are interested in news, people follow news, but is it really news following people, or people following news, or news following people? News is made up of people, and let's explore this topic a little bit more. To do so, we're going to use the GDELT project, which is the global database of emotion, language, and tone, by a professor at Georgetown. He collects news in hundreds of languages from multiple different sources, runs them through the Google Translate API, Vision API, builds natural language processing models to extract emotional content from them, streams that data in real time, or near real time, into Google BigQuery, where we who have questions can get answers. So one way we can look at people is this visualization. So this visualization has one point for every location that was mentioned in an article. This visualization has, and so the colors are languages that it was written in. So this visualization has no lines, just points, but we can see plenty of borders. We can see oceans and rivers. We can see language borders, and we can see how those don't necessarily map up with international borders. We can see how much of the Earth's surface actually has very few people in it. But can we go a step beyond? Can we not just think about what language people are speaking, but actually figure out whether people are happy? So this visualization shows from green, which is happy, to red, which is unhappy. Tolstoy said that all happy families are alike, but all unhappy families are unique in their own way. And I think this is true, and we can see this in the data, that the green dots, the happy people, they're probably all pretty similar. But the red dots, each one of those red dots is a story. Each one of those red dots makes you ask the question, what made these people unhappy? What's the problem here? So we can drill into one of those stories, and we can see this red line that goes from the Middle East up through Europe. And this is the path that the Syrian migrants have taken over the last year. And I had my first experience with Syrian migrants just yesterday. I was in a small town in Denmark, and it was in a park. And these teenage boys, they came up to these, were chatting up pretty girls in English because they didn't speak Danish. And when less pretty people would walk by, they'd ask for money for food. And you can plot with data their unhappiness and the unhappiness of the society they were trying to fit into and wasn't able to accommodate them. And the inventor of this data set said he'd been trying to build this for a long time, trying to build these queries, but had been unable to until he found Google BigQuery. He didn't have the resources or time to manage a 1,000-node cluster, but with Google BigQuery, he was able to just focus on the questions that he wanted to ask rather than the technology underlying that data. So people follow the news, and with data, we're able to follow people in the news. So how was this data built? There were hundreds of millions of data points, billions of locations, almost 1 trillion emotional scores, 4 terabytes of data. And it was created using a number of Google Cloud Platform tools, from the Vision and Cloud ML APIs to BigQuery. And it turned out to be just one single line of BigQuery that could be written and would return in less than a minute to get the data powering these maps. And then we used CartoDB to visualize it. So in case this has piqued anyone's interest, I'm giving another talk on BigQuery at 12:05. We're going to have a customer there who's going to talk about their experience with BigQuery, in case you don't just take my word for how great it is. We're announcing some new features today, some pretty exciting stuff. And if you think that a terabyte or 4 terabytes of data is too small, we're going to be showing queries of over 1 petabyte of data. Thanks very much.